All right, and the last team that we're going to do for the Big Six, predicting the Manchester City placement for the upcoming season. Now, if there's a team that I would say, put into the context of Arsenal and how they may start the season, this is the team that has the biggest chance to win. Because if you want to talk about the questions for every team, Chelsea has their questions at center back and goalkeeper, even with some of the signings that they've made. City, in my opinion, they don't have those questions at goalkeeper, because even if you want to say Donnarumma ain't great in build-up, they have one of the better goalkeepers in the league and as a backup in James Trafford. When you think about their center back partnerships, they even got depth. When you think about, I'm not the biggest fan of Ruben Diaz anymore. I think he's kind of getting past them. When you think about even guys like Kusanov as a depth option, that's a good depth option. Their starting duo is one of the better starting duos in the league. When you think of Gavorio and Guehi, then you think about the fullback partnership of Nico O'Reilly and Mateus Nunes. I don't think O'Reilly had the greatest World Cup. I've seen some people trying to diss Spitz for a lot of the goals being let up from his side, but that had to do a lot more with the center back and the actual starting left back at the World Cup. I don't think O'Reilly had a great World Cup personally. When you think about the midfield option, I do think, I've talked about this for time, Bernardo Silva made Rodri's job very, very difficult these last 2 years, and the reason why a lot of people have these conversations around Rodri these last 2 years of not being the best in his position is because he's playing with a guy like Bernardo Silva. You put a guy like Elliot Anderson that's going to give a lot more stability to the midfield, Rodri could be really good. But another conversation with Rodri is, will he be at City this year? Or is he going to be at Madrid? Then you have the options in the 10. You have either Foden or Cherky. I do think Enzo is going to be trying to get a lot more out of Foden. I could see him trying to play with, like, think about how he was using Cole Palmer. He could be trying to use Cherky and Foden, where he has maybe Foden as like a right winger and Cherky in the middle, and he just tries to make it work like that. Because I do think he kind of has to. His tenure is going to be about how much does he get out of those two players. But I do think he needs to probably play towards Haaland's strength. But I don't think getting the most out of those two players is going to hurt Haaland. I think that can only benefit Haaland because those are creative players. Those are tech players. So I don't think that could hurt. Then you have guys like Doku, who is debatably the best winger in the Prem, which is kind of sad, but it's kind of just the reality of the wingers in the Prem. And then Semenyo, who I don't really think is the greatest fit next to Haaland, but if you really look at this lineup, the one thing it may lack is goal scores outside of Haaland as like a depth piece is a big deal. Now, Marmoush, is he going to be sold? Savinho, he looks like he's going to be sold. They may need a little bit more depth at those 6 and 8 slots alongside Rodri and Elliot Anderson. So do they go and get like a guy like Buati? Do they go get a guy like Alex Scott? Do they go and get a guy like Warden? I don't know. I don't know what they do. But I do think City, in terms of their questions on their team, they really are a team that probably has the least questions. It's really going to be, how does Enzo replace Pep? Pep is one of the best managers, if not the best manager in the Prem. I believe he's the best manager ever. Is he the best manager in the Prem? You know, that's a little bit of a tougher question because that's a completely different situation. But with that being said, I do think City will have a great season. I think that this could be the team that does take the title race from Arsenal. I think a team like Chelsea could be in that race. I think a team like Liverpool could be in that race. But I think Manchester City is going to be that team that I have top 4. But for now, I'm going to still give that respect to Arsenal.